to tell a story. Telling a story is very important when do a presentation. There are three aspects of storytelling. First is knowing your audience. Second, know the point of your story. Third is structure your story so it is understandable to your audience. Knowing your audience. Is your audience knowledgeable about data analytics and statistics? The level gonna affects how you tell your story. Second, is your audience knowledgeable about your data? Do they know what they contain, what they omit, and why? As a storyteller, you are responsible for creating a world where your story exists. For example, the Star Wars. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. So just one sentence, it'll create a very great background for your story. The data you use to tell the story is a large part of that world in data analytics. So you should make sure that your audience understands your world. That means your audience understands your data. So armature. Armature is the point of the story. It's very important. Every great story has a point, a takeaway for the audience. The example is the tortoise and the hare. There's a race between the tortoise, which is slow, and the hare that is fast. However, the hare just won the game. So, the fables or the armature of the fable or the motto or the takeaway is the slow, determined, and steady wins the race. Every great story has an armature, a central key point of the story. Amateurs teach us something, but they are not necessarily just like the Aesop's fables, but they are still very important because the entire structure of your story hangs from the amateur. So the story structure. There are 5-act plays, some with 3 acts, like the drama terms climax, rising action, falling action. So this approach, the complicated and too focused on one interesting part of the story, is not excellent presentation or not a very good storytelling skill. When telling a story, you need to focus on the whole story. There are 3 acts in 7 easy steps. Once upon a time, and every day, until one day, and because of this, and because of this. The steps 4 and 5 can repeat. 6 until finally, 7, and ever since that day. You can map in the steps onto 3 acts. The act 1 is once upon a time and every day until one day. Act 2, because of this and because of this, those can be repeated. Act 3, until finally, and ever since that day. Following the steps. By following those steps, you will better ensure your story is recognizable and memorable. It won't be predictable, but the audience will understand where you are going and they'll trust you and you will make them there. So, in the assignment for the group presentation, please make sure that you fit your story into those 7 steps, and I'm gonna post an example over there.